All right, welcome to the end of the video. So, quick recap. I know you guys hate me talking because you always comment about it, but I'm just gonna go over a couple things that we did on this car that make it different from all the others because, as you know, each and every one of these cars are built for the customer. We don't build them and then keep them around and hope someone comes and buys them. We did that on like one car when we were getting going, but now we have a line of people basically who want to build one to their spec. So we do it exactly how the customer wants it, which is how we think it should be done. Because if you're going to spend this kind of money and have this type of car in your collection, then we think that it should be something that you had a hand in the process of, thinking everything out. So this car, one of the brighter ones, because as you know, we do a lot of darker colors with these cars. It's a teal. Custom mix. We took a teal, modified it a little bit, basically kind of turned it into a 3-stage just for simplicity of spraying and give it a little more depth. But yeah, custom teal. We carried the teal in a couple extra spots that we normally don't, like this grill bezel, same teal that's on the car, also on the brake calipers, stock Hellcat Brembo 6-piston fronts. So that's standard on all these cars. We normally will either leave them if they're black. These ones were red, they didn't go with the teal, so we painted them the same teal as the car. Took the teal onto the supercharger lid. We did a nice little tape line. Another thing that we did, which is kind of like, this might be the only one where we haven't done any form of like stripe on the hood. So like full teal only hood. No carbon stripe, nothing left. We cut down the scoop a little bit, flattened it out a little bit, pancaked it. I know we get a lot of shit that it looks like a Chevy hood, a Chevy cowl hood. I mean, there's not a lot of room in there with that supercharger. So it's like, where do you want the hood to really go? We ain't gonna make a shaker hood like that thing. But yeah, so full teal on the hood. And then paint, while we're on the paint thing, let's talk about more paint. Something that we do a lot of times with our trim bezels, we do like a satin gray or a satin black or things of that nature. This customer said no satin black, don't like satin, I want everything gloss, everything high shine, full gloss. So grill, surround, lower grill. A lot of times we'll do satin carbon on the spoilers and on the rockers. We went full gloss tinted carbon on the front spoiler, on the rockers, the taillight panel. While we're on the topic of lights, let's talk about the headlights. Can you see them? I bet you can't. Well, because this customer really, really liked the idea of keeping the standard flip-up headlight doors. First car that we ever built was, it wasn't one of our numbered cars, it was our base car that we did the molds off of. Deception, as you guys all know, our car, the black with the red stripe over the top. That car was the first one we did, and we didn't use the standard Hellcat headlights. That was the only car that we didn't do that on, so we did the flip-up doors on that. He saw that car, he wanted to keep flip-up doors. We've never done flip-up doors with the stock Hellcat lights, stock Challenger lights. So that definitely threw a wrench in our normal process, of just relocating those lights and then doing our normal 3D printed see-through doors. So we had to figure out how to get those motors to fit in there with those big old Challenger headlights. But as you can see, we did it. Full functional flip-up doors. We got some custom lighting on the inside since we're talking about lights. We got some ambient lighting, similar to like foreign cars and luxury cars like Mercedes and BMWs have some nice ambient lighting. Well, Dodge doesn't offer that from the factory. And while we keep the full stock Challenger Hellcat interior, some people want a little bit more than that, It's a nice interior, but there's still some things that, you could kind of do a little bit better. So we took it upon ourselves to do it a little bit better. We did some custom ambient lighting. We did some custom suede wrap panels. We did a starlit headliner with a Hellcat head. A couple shooting stars. We did some custom painted trim bezels inside the interior, on the dash, on the steering wheel, shifter. We did some custom carbon fiber door trim inserts I guess you could call them. Kind of the armrest area behind where your arm goes. Custom carbon into the cup holder pocket on the lower side of the door. A lot of things that we did on the CUDA. If you saw the CUDA we built on the interior, a lot of those cues moved over into this car. This is the first Charger we've done with some of those. Gloss black window trims. This is the first car that we did, or first Charger, because we did it on the CUDA. First Charger we did with the black gloss painted window surround moldings. One other thing I just talked about, a lot of our design cues from our CUDA #1 purple car that we took to SEMA went into this interior. Well, we're also taking some of those design cues from under the hood. What we did was, a lot of people kind of want more carbon under there. We normally always do this front carbon panel, which is usually standard, kind of our like grill and headlight cover panel. But what we made on the CUDA, these two side panels, kind of like a strut tower cover, if you will, a little bigger than that obviously because it covers everything, out of carbon. And if you see, it kind of blends with that front headlight grill cover panel up into the strut area, and then with our standard carbon fiber windshield wiper cowl. So that all stuff that's normally satin carbon is all high gloss tinted carbon. So just a nice little ring around the rosy of carbon fiber for your nice little Hellcat motor. Something new we just started doing now, we like to utilize a lot of local other companies, part of our, what I like to call the 612 ecosystem, you know, our friends and our, you know, co-workers and everyone that plays a role in making these cars. So a guy that we use for a lot of our parts, our CNC'd parts, was able to make us a custom Hellcat supercharger lid plaque, which is going to be on all the cars going forward, basically with the number of the vehicle right here. Has a little Hellcat logo, a little SRT, has our logo, so you know this is one of the 612 originals, often imitated but never duplicated. We don't like to, we're not slapping no badges on cars because that's disgusting. We're not gonna sticker nothing up. We're not gonna put our name all over everything because that's gross, all right? So a nice little plaque on the supercharger, you know, some little cues like bottom of the hood, Hellcat logo, number of the car, all stuff like that, little things. We like to keep it simple because, like I said, if you put badges on a car like this, disgusting. So little things like that, which are new on this car. So yeah, I know we said we're stopping at 10 on these. Well, we built 11 so far. So we ain't stopping at 10. We're gonna keep them going because more people want them and we wanna keep building them. We're gonna obviously be building our CUDAs at the same time. So this is probably gonna be the last Charger in the very near future because the next two cars we're doing are gonna be CUDAs. But like I said, you want one of these Chargers, you know where to find us. DM us on Instagram, email us, call me on my cell phone. I don't even care. Just don't be weird, don't be annoying. Yeah, you know how to find us. We'll get you penciled in for one of the next Chargers. We got a list going, so you know, the sooner you get your name in, the better. But that's the wrap. So we hope you liked this video. Big Teal Tony, Teal Tina. Yeah, I like Teal Tina. She's outside, never in. Hope you guys like it. And stay tuned for the next one. We got if you like this color, wait until you see the color on CUDA #2. Oh my God. Stay tuned for it. So we're gonna do a video on that. It's gonna be on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. It's kind of all we got. We don't have a Twitter. No one should have a Twitter. Twitter's disgusting. So yeah, follow us on everything. Subscribe, like, turn the notification bell on, do all that jazz, and we will see you guys in the next video.